natin, Lindsay Lohan was praised by the judge, of course, pero alam nyo ba na may nangyari pang hindi masyadong maganda sa after party ng Golden Globes between Lindsay Lohan and, of course, Paris Hilton. At yan po ang chismis natin ngayong hapon ni Chris Tronson, representing Pacific Rim, of course, here on Kababayan LA for our Golden Globes Adobo review. Hello and welcome
Hello,
to
how you doing?
Kababayan LA. I'm so proud of you. I
Good
followed you on
thank
Twitter,
you.
and I saw your tweets, and you were covering the carpet. Was it your first time to cover the carpet?
At the Golden Globes, yes, it was my first time, and it's nothing like any carpet I've ever been to. I mean, I've been fortunate to go to some of the biggest premieres, but the Golden Globes is literally a step above. It's
And so you're saying that it lived up to the hype?
Yes, I actually thought it was going to be less big, just because you see it on TV, and it's nice and it's fancy, but when you get there, I mean, everything is perfect. You could tell that there was, like, every detail was in place. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life.
And how did you do on your first time? How did you prepare?
Oh, I prepared the whole week. I made sure to see the movies that were up, the TV shows that were nominated. I did research on all of them. Luckily, I'm really big into pop culture, so a lot of times it's not work for me. I already usually know stuff, but I wanted to especially some of the shows that are newer. You know, a lot of shows got nominated their first season, so I haven't been up on them as much, so I had to watch the shows and do the research, but it was worth it. It came in handy.
Ooh, hard-working. Chris Tronson.
Yes.
And so the names of the stars that you got to interview, are they big names, mind you?
Okay, I have to say my top was definitely Brad Pitt and Angelina. They are beyond anything. They're amazing people. George Clooney was big, Madonna, Meryl Streep, of course, and then Morgan Freeman, who won the big award for the night, got you know, just celebrated for all that he's done.
But you know, it's the first time covering the Golden Globes, but you mentioned, you know, you cover a lot of red carpet events, so you talk to a lot of stars.
Yeah.
Were you still starstruck, or was there any one that impressed you the most or shocked you the most?
You know, I love Madonna, but I think the thing about Madonna is she gives you A-list. Like, she knows that she's really high up, and, you know, she walks with that, like, I'm Madonna. But the thing that shocked me the most is Angelina and Brad Pitt. I felt like we were best friends. I mean, you know, with Brad, we joked because his kids love Manny. And so we talked about Manny because he knew I was representing the Philippines.
Yes.
And he just lit up, and he talked about how he wants the Mayweather fight and how, you know, how much he looks up to Manny and he loves Manny. And it was just like, we were having this conversation like we were old pals.
Yes.
And I think, you know, people expect them to be these snotty A-listers, but they're really two of the most down-to-earth, nicest people. And I think that's what blew me away more than anything.
And so, Brad Pitt, did he tell you who he thinks will win, if ever?
Oh, he's totally Team Manny, but he wants to see it. He really wants to see the fight. I think everyone wants to see the fight, so he's praying for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're talking about Hollywood A-list and all that. We were talking earlier in the green room. Some of those that were there, voted unanimously on the BITCH award of the night, and I think you agree.
Well, we went to the Fox after party, was the first, and there was a section, you know, for the descendants, and we were kind of sitting next to it and stuff, and Claire Danes came up, and she was just kind of snapping at some of the different workers there about she needs her own area and stuff like that.
How horrible.
And there's just, you know, it's so hard because, I mean, George Clooney was amazing, and you just meet these, we saw the cast of Glee and Modern Family, and a lot of these people are just so down to earth, and then when you see somebody like that kind of snapping and kind of complaining, and it's just, it turns you off from that person.
And I heard that she was also quoting a guest from later. She's probably going to say that full of BS. She didn't want her pictures taken. And Claire Danes, she was reported before that she had a lot of negative things to say about the Philippines. That's not good.
Oh, then we don't like her at all. Next. We shouldn't even.
All right.
We'll never, if she said bad things about the Philippines.
How about Paris Hilton versus Lindsay Lohan? What happened? Okay,
so the last party we were at was the HBO party, and we were sitting there just hanging out, and this girl, this like bleach blonde girl, walks down the stairs like she owned the place, and we're like, who the hell is this girl? And it turned out to be Lindsay.
Okay.
And so, you know, same kind of thing. Anybody who tried to come up and take a picture with her, her publicist would go over to them and tell them to delete the picture.
Oh.
HBO was going around taking pictures of their own party, and the same thing. The publicist went up to the HBO photographers and was like, delete the picture.
That's their party.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so we went up to just say hi and stuff, and I'm sorry, I know she just got cleared by the judge today, but she was clearly on something. She was out of it. She was and I saw her purse was open, and she had just all packs of cigarettes in her purse.
Oh.
So she was just out of it. Well, then we saw Paris Hilton her sister and her entourage, and she told her security guard to walk in front of her so nobody could see her or take pictures. And then what she told all her friends to do is take out their cell phones, pretend they're on the phone. That way, if any fans or anybody tries to ask for their picture, they can ignore them and pretend they're on the phone.
Oh, God.
So it's so hard when you see somebody like Brad and George Clooney and Angelina and stuff,
These
just being
big stars,
Meryl Streep, being so nice
yes.
and everything. And then you see these people that aren't really big anymore treating people like dirt. So it was a really big turnoff.
Oh, wow. But thank you so much for being candid with us.
Honest. I'm going to be honest, yeah.
And am I going to see you on Monday? We hope.
Yes.
Chris Tronson is with Pacific Rim Photos and Videos, and they are on the red carpet every Monday here on Kababayan LA. Thank you so much for being here.
Before I go, I want to say a quick thank you to Janet and Ruben Napoles. I mean, they are like amazing people, obviously representing the Philippines in the Hollywood, Foreign Press Association, but they were just so accommodating to me, and they, they're the reason I was there. So it was absolutely amazing. And thank you to, of course, Peter with Pacific Rim for allowing me to cover it as well. So it was an amazing night.
And Chris, you're on your way. If I had any award to give you, maybe I'll give you one of these.
Yes.
Yes.
Take it home and put it in my room.
Please, when you're there, when you're on E or TMZ or anywhere, don't forget us.
I won't. I love Kababayan LA, and I love you, Janelle. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll be back for more reviews when we return on Kababayan LA. Don't go away.